Hi, it's me, Albie. I am talking to you guys today from a place my husband and I like to call the Rabbit Hole, and it is in rural coastal Carolina. And we bought this property in 2010. So my husband is an avid outdoorsman. His uncles and grandfather were all hunters, fishermen, crabbers. They instilled those values and those appreciation for the outdoors in him. And in 2010, we were able to purchase this property for him to share with our own sons and with me. And it is exciting to see him really pour himself into being a steward of this property now that he is retired. And it's exciting to join him in his love of this place. You know, it's always been a place that I appreciated for its natural beauty, but not one that I really fully invested in until now that I'm thinking ahead to our retirement. And so I want to share a little bit with you. The first place I'm going to show you is the first cabin that my husband and I erected. He built it and I helped him get it down here and put it up and paint it. And so I'm going to show you our first cabin. So here we are. What do you think of this cabin? I'm just kidding. That's not our first cabin, but that is one of the selling features for me on this property. We drove past this dilapidated cabin and it reminded me of this line in Faulkner's As I Lay Dying. My former students will probably roll their eyes right now, but it was Darrell talking about passing this old cotton barn, and he referred to it as shimmering dilapidation. And I thought, God, that sounded so gothically southern and beautiful. And when we drove down this cabin road heading in, the road is about a mile all the way to the back of these parcels. And the first quarter of a mile you pass this barn. This barn, or this cabin, it rather, is on our property. But it is a cabin that was brought here and then neglected and now is derelict, but for me has a lot of beautiful charm to it. Now I'll take you to the real first cabin. So before we head down the cabin road, I'm going to give you a little geographical reference for where I'm walking. So this main road that I'm walking on goes from the major highway to our gate, and the main road bisects our property. So we bought our first parcel on this road in 2010. It's 70 acres. On one side is a stand of loblolly pines with a mix of hardwoods, and on the other side of the road is another stand that has more hardwoods in it and a mix of loblolly pines. And then there is a 6-foot field of newer growth pines that screens much of the cabin area that I'm going to take you to. On the other side of our parcel is a loblolly cutover, and on the other side of that loblolly cutover is the second parcel of 70 acres that we bought. This main road goes all the way back. Each parcel is 70 acres heading back about a mile, and we have 2 parcels on this main road. So this is the first cabin that we erected on the property. My husband built it in our garage as kind of a modular. He built the 4 walls and the roof line all separately, and then brought it down here and assembled it here. And then I helped him with staining and kind of the light work. Inside are 2 full-size bunks, a twin-size bed, and enough room for a bench. When we first put this cabin down here, inside had a ceiling fan and a little TV that we could play DVDs for the kids if it was raining outside, and little microwave and table inside. It was hooked up to generator power, and we had a camp grill and picnic table under this lean-to. Later, my husband added this bunk cabin for buddies who would come down to hunt and hang out. And back in the day, my husband built an outhouse. I have been in there. It's not terrible, I'm gonna say. It's not terrible, but and that's the Connex box that will eventually turn into our drying shed once we retrofit it. But yeah, so to say that it was primitive camping probably would be a stretch, but it definitely did the job. However, I'm in perimenopause now. I need air conditioning. I need indoor plumbing and a shower. And so I knew that if we were going to spend more time down here, I was going to need a few more creature comforts. I'm definitely a little bit fancy pants when it comes to that. And so that's what we did a few years ago. So I'll take you and show you our home base. So what you're seeing over my shoulder there is the small cabin that we built with a carport. It's been a lot of fun and really a joy for our family, but looking ahead, the field that I'm standing in is going to turn into a field where we'll have gourmet garlic and heirloom onions and a bit of a pharmacy of herbal plants in the middle of researching those. In the woods, either these woods or in the new parcel, will be our botanicals, and in the pine stands we'll have our mushroom plots. So that's the vision right now. Tomorrow I have a meeting with the USDA to certify the rabbit hole as a farm and to get myself certified as a first-time farmer, and to talk about some grants and some possibilities for getting some assistance for getting this project off the ground. So I'll let you know how that goes. That'll be the subject for my next blog, and read all about it.